I'm going to make an attempt at filming this video this way. And I'm starting here and I'll probably finish it elsewhere. I just wanted to do like another video. I haven't done a video in literally a year. So I'll just reintroduce myself. I'm Ruby, I'm 22. I've got different glasses on now. I actually have 2 eyebrows, which I rewatched the video back and noticed that I only had 1. So that's, you know, all good news, I guess. Still have a diagnosis of Tourette syndrome, and I wanted to do a video on things I use to help me navigate daily life with Tourette syndrome. The first thing that I use on a daily basis is my lanyard, my sunflower lanyard. It has this card in it, which I'm just covering up my mum's name and phone number, but it's got a little picture of me. That's me. Hi. But yeah, basically, I've realised that you won't be able to see what it says, but because it'll be backwards. But it says that I have Tourette syndrome, and I have this means I have motor and vocal tics that I can't control, and it just kind of means that if anything were to happen, or if I were to have a tic attack in public, which hasn't ever really been like something that I've really considered to be a possibility until recently, when I had my first kind of proper one, and it was quite scary. But it just you know, means that if I'm ever in like an emergency situation, that people can see it and sort of know what to do. I think there's a plane going by at the moment, and my kitten's attached to my hair. So this is going really, really well. Now, on my lanyard, I don't know why I put the card back in, I took it out for a reason. So, on my lanyard, it's a bit crinkly, but I've got a few things attached to it. This isn't relevant to, I looked that way as if the camera was that way, it's that way. This isn't relevant to me having Tourette's or it being an accessibility tool, but I've got a little torch keyring. The torch is a bit shit, and a little trolley coin, which I just keep on there. Then I have, these are my loop earplugs, and these are noise cancelling earplugs, and I find them really useful, because if I get too overwhelmed by like the things being really loud, it can often make my tics worse, or it can just like overwhelm me in general, and it can makes things quite stressful if it's too noisy, so it really helps me. And then I have my hand sanitizer, just because I like to be safe, because COVID still exists, and especially for people who are disabled or immunocompromised, it can be, and still is, life-threatening. So please don't think that COVID has gone away. But yeah, I always keep hand sanitizer on me, and it just means that if I ever do something, some of the tics that I do struggle with include just putting my hands on things that I'm not supposed to touch, or poking things I'm not supposed to poke, or like, just one of the most irritating ones I've ever had was I just stuck my entire hand in a jug of gravy. Luckily I was at home and it was only my family that witnessed it, but it was irritating and horrible. So this helps, just in case anything like that were to happen when I was out in public. And then I have my little fidget toy, little pop thing. I use fidget and stim toys a lot. They just help me sort of regulate myself and give me something to do with my hands. If I have a tic that is damaging to either me or to anything else, it helps me to have something else to focus on and use my hands for. Then the next thing that I'll go on to is the badges that I have on my lanyard. I have quite a lot of badges on my lanyard. This one isn't relevant to anything, but this is one of my best friends, Dill Pickles. Dill Pickles Base, that's their badge, so you're welcome for the promo, Dill. The other badges I have this badge, which is like my little logo thing on YouTube, because I really like it. It's a custom made badge that I got from the Chronic Iconic on Instagram, and it says I have Tourette's, and then in brackets, look it up. Because to be honest, it does get quite irritating having to explain it all the time, but you know. So I just wanted to kind of express that with a badge. And then I have this badge that says Invisible Disability Club on it, because Tourette's it may be visible sometimes, but it isn't always, which does classify it as an invisible disability, which is also the reason that the sunflower lanyard is so useful, because okay, I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant about the sunflower lanyard. So yeah, so that's what I use the sunflower lanyard for, and also when I wear it, it gives people, it kind of like shows people that yeah, this is something that I deal with. Can you get off? And I have, the last badge that I have on here is a little rainbow badge that says, I have Tourette's, please be patient. It just kind of like brings people, like, makes people more aware that there is maybe a reason why I am making strange movements or sounds or saying inappropriate things in public, which isn't something that I enjoy doing at any point. Sometimes I do, sometimes I enjoy saying inappropriate things just for the sake of saying inappropriate things, when it's not a tick. But it can be embarrassing, it can be uncomfortable, it can be, certain tics can be painful to me, and it just sort of helps other people to understand that maybe there is a reason why I'm doing these things, and it's not just me being disruptive or rude. So yeah, that's my lanyard. Another thing, that was loud. One thing that I use, if I didn't know that I would find it as helpful as I do, is I think they pronounce it as jewelry. It's like chewy, it's like silicone jewelry. This is my favourite one. It is a rainbow necklace with a star on it. And if I have a biting tic or a chewing tic, or if my jaw locks, it's helpful to me. Hi, I'm back. Completely different setting, because my entire family decided to come home at exactly the same time, which was absolutely ideal. But I'm just going to carry on with showing you guys a few of the different things that I use on a daily basis with accessibility. I'm just looking around my room and I'm noticing about 8 trillion more things, so I'm probably going to have to save a lot of it for another video. So the main thing I take around a lot is, well, I have it with me all the time, and I need to sort of, I'll just show you what it is. It's, I have a clip, and then it's got some communication cards that I made, and my radar key on it. And it just helps me that if I'm in a position where I can't talk for any reason, whether it's because of a tic attack, or whether it's because I'm overwhelmed, or I can't get my words out properly, if my stutter is too bad, or anything like that, it helps me be able to communicate with the people that are around me if I need to say something. And my radar key is useful for me because it gives me access to the disabled toilets. But I do have other ones, which is these ones. It's got a tiny little, a mini one of these on it, which I like a lot. And it's got communication cards with kind of, it's got like emotions, like happy, excited. Why did I say it like that? Happy, excited, upset, sorry, saying things are too loud, too hot, I need to put on my headphones, I need a fidget toy, I want to go home, things like that. And that's useful for me as well. It's kind of like a less personalised but more general version of the communication cards I made. And then these things are just kind of little things that I always take like a little stuffed animal with me because one, I just like it. It keeps me company. And two, it's good for like sensory things. So these are a few of the little guys that I bring with me sometimes. This is Sheldon. According to my brother, he's a whore. He's not a whore. He's an excellent little guy and I love him a lot. And he's good because like I just like hold him like that and he's got beans in him, and they're always better when they've got beans in them. This is Jeffy. He's excellent. He's an excellent size. He's a bit floppy though. He doesn't really have many beans in him, which does, you know, it's a bit of an L for him, but you know, he's good. I love him. And then this guy, I don't know if I've really named him. His label says Poseidon, so I kind of named him Poseidon. He's got beans in him and he's great. He's great for doing this with. Oh, I just chucked him on the ground. He's also great for chucking on the ground apparently. But yeah, I like him a lot. So those are just sort of like a few of the things I bring with me on kind of a daily basis in my bag, just wherever I'm going. And this helps me to kind of, some of the things help me regulate myself, some of the things help me communicate to other people about my Tourette's or about my tics or why I might be acting differently to usual or things like that. Some of the things are useful to me, like medically and legally. It's useful to have things saying that I have Tourette syndrome. I have a wristband that says I have Tourette's. Please be patient, that I wear at all times just in case people don't understand. When I'm travelling, I have a doctor's note, which I had to pay for, which was a bit stupid really. I have a doctor's note saying that I have a diagnosis of Tourette syndrome, and if I'm ever going on a plane specifically, I take that with me because it's quite difficult. Airports are difficult for people with Tourette's anyway, especially if you do occasionally announce to the entire airport accidentally that you are probably a terrorist, which obviously I'm not. So it's good to kind of have that to kind of say, actually, yeah. But yeah, so I carry that around with me because it helps me to explain to people that no, I'm not a terrorist. I do just have Tourette syndrome and it makes me say things and do things that I don't mean. So yeah, I do want to do a video at some point about the documentary Britain's Tourette's Mystery and the harm that it has caused. But I think I'm going to do like a bit more of a, I'm going to do a bit more kind of research. Maybe, I don't think I want to rewatch the documentary because it did make me quite upset and quite angry. But maybe I'll look back on it and kind of make sure that I'm getting everything in the right order because there's quite a lot to unpack with it. And if you do plan on watching it, then please be warned that it isn't an accurate representation of Tourette syndrome. Not that the people on the programme don't have Tourette syndrome, because they do. It's that the kind of tics that the programme is focusing on without realising it is functional tics and tic disorders, which is completely separate from Tourette syndrome. And they worded it badly, it was offensive, it was harmful. The effects have already, you know, started to be felt by people with Tourette's, people who love people with Tourette's, people who live with people with Tourette's, people with tics. It's quick PSA before the video ends. Tourette's isn't contagious, tics aren't contagious. You know, you can, this is the sort of stuff that I got in school. I had a period of time where I wasn't allowed to be in school because of my Tourette's, which, you know, it was illegal of my school to do that to me, but we move, I guess. But when I came back, you know, there were people who would say, you know, I don't want to go near you because, you know, I don't want to catch it. And, you know, it's stuff that's always been around, but it's just being amplified by people who are inconsiderate and don't really do their research. But I'm going to save that. I'm going to do a different video on that because I could literally talk for about like 50 gazillion hours about about the damage that that documentary has caused. Other things, things that I do use for accessibility, which I don't have any on hand, but are reusable straws are very useful for me. So reusable straws are really useful for me. One, because I found that I can actually drink water really fast without feeling sick by drinking it through a straw. Wow, who knew? And two, if I don't have the use of my hands for any reason, tick related, then you know, I have a tick where my hand curls and locks in place, which can be, you know, it's tricky to do things, and it is easier for me to use a straw. In those situations, cups with handles are useful because I will just, you know, tip over a cup, which isn't very helpful for anyone. But yeah, those things are also things that are useful to me as someone with Tourette syndrome, and can be useful for other people with invisible disabilities that aren't Tourette syndrome as well, or disabilities in general, or even just people who find them easier to use. Like once when I was in school, this is, you know, completely off topic, but I was eating pasta with a spoon because I didn't want to spend that much time in the cafeteria. I just wanted to like fucking gobble down my pasta and then like bounce. And the teacher came up to me and was like, "We're not in primary school, we don't use a fork instead of a spoon." I was like, what does it have to do with being in primary school? Like, I just wanted to eat my pasta as quick as possible. Like, the most efficient way for me to eat my pasta at that time was with a spoon, and I just wanted to shovel it all in and then get the fuck out. I didn't want to spend longer than I had to in the cafeteria. So yeah, let's not shit on people for taking the easy option. There are other things that we can do that are more difficult, but like, if there's something that's easy, then like, why wouldn't we do that? But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Again, I'm gonna aggressively edit it, and we'll see what the outcome is. It might be shit, it might not be postable, I don't know. This is only the second ever video that I've done, even though I said that I was going to do more. I will hopefully try to do some more sooner rather than later, because there are some things that I really would like to address, and I think it would be useful for people, and for me as well, just to be able to talk about things. So yeah, I'm going to leave this here. So thanks guys, bye. Do not show your asshole. Do not show your asshole. That's his asshole. Great. Don't show your asshole. There's a fly. Bastard. And it, I look weird. Oh well. It's hard to explain. Okay, let me put my thoughts in a coherent order for a second, because it's a no thoughts, head empty kind of mood. Yeah. Oh, my brain is melting.